The northern outskirts of Sunderland. We have a choice. The road either to Gateshead or South Shields, or both. The plan today is to loop around and take in a bit of both. We'll start with the Shields Road. The new church, built in 1974. The Adverts had a song called New Church on their debut album, released just 4 years later. Every time I see this church, the song plays in my head. Behind that wall is a gated private estate. But I can remember when the site was an abattoir. It's built on a site of blood, fear and death. I wouldn't fancy living there. Next door to it, the Falwell pumping station, built in 1853. And now we approach the border between Sunderland and South Tyneside. The Roker Burn, flowing on its way to join the North Sea. Crossing the burn also takes us into Cleedon. And confirmation that we're now in South Tyneside. We're also on Whitburn Moor. I've always liked these gateposts, whatever they are. Sort of upside-down bunches of grapes that have melted. Whitburn Moor's farm itself is no more, replaced by a very different kind of enterprise. The rather pretentiously named Academy of Light. Not, as you might be forgiven for thinking, a religious establishment, but Sunderland Football Club's training ground. The coast. No. Roman fort. No. St. Paul's Bead. No. Riverside Parks. No. Boldon Flats. Yes, that's the one. At the crossroads, the right turn will take you to Whitburn, but we take the left-hand path. There's Cleedon, across the fields. I'm not sure what this development is called. I imagine it's a detached part of Clevedon. And now the footpath runs out. There's the Boldon Hills, the highest point in South Tyneside. By contrast, Boldon Flats must be one of the lowest. Believe it or not, there used to be a horse racing track here. As far as I can work out, it ran around the land to our right. It opened in 1897 and held 3 annual meetings as well as other fixtures. The track was a 1-mile circuit with a half-mile straight. The site was also used for athletic events and ice skating in winter. It had 2 grandstands holding 1,800 and 1,000 spectators respectively. The first meeting, on the 2nd of August 1897, attracted a crowd in excess of 20,000. The final meeting was staged on the 6th of May 1912. Since 1986, South Tyneside Council has carried out a controlled annual flood to attract winter birds. going back to the old race course. In 1910 it hosted a series of early aircraft demonstration flights by Madame Mathilde Frank, a female aviation pioneer. During one of these, on the 30th of July, she accomplished a flight of 1.5 miles, the first significant distance covered by a female aviator in the United Kingdom. She again attempted a flight on August 1st, but flew into a flagstaff, which brought the plane down, causing the death of bystander Thomas Wood, aged 15, who was hit by the engine. Madame Frank herself was injured, and it's said she never flew again. On the edge of East Boldon. That pub, the Beggar's Bridge, is more or less on the site of the original bridge of that name, which carried the road over a stream which is a tributary of the River Don. The railway is the Durham Coast Line, which also carries Tyne and Wear metro services. And it's a metro going through now. East Boldon Metro Station is just to the left. The right-hand turn would take us towards Gateshead, but our path lies to the left. I think this little burn joins with another coming off of Boldon Flats, and the combined stream is the one that passes under Becker's Bridge, which we saw earlier. These waters will eventually join the River Don, and ultimately the River Tyne. There's the Cleedon Hills in the background. Sunderland Greyhound Stadium, built in 1940 and, like the Sunderland Football Club training ground we passed earlier, is actually in South Tyneside. It also hosted Speedway in the 1960s and 70s. Approaching the borderline. It's the Roker Burn again, which we crossed at the start of the journey. And here we are, back at the point where we branched off on the South Shields Road. The circle is completed. Hope you enjoyed the journey.